Welcome. Today we are diving into chapter 5 of the Bhagavad Gita, Karma Sannyasa Yoga, which is all about the yoga of renunciation of action. This chapter is where Krishna helps Arjuna and really all of us understand the relationship between giving up action and performing action with the right spirit. Let us get into it. So what are the big spiritual takeaways from this chapter? Krishna tells us that both renunciation and selfless action lead to the same goal, liberation. But here is the key. It is not about what you do on the outside. It is about the inner attitude. Are you acting with attachment? Or are you acting as a pure instrument, offering everything to the divine? That shift in perspective changes everything. Now here is something really practical. Krishna says it is actually harder to just renounce everything and walk away from the world than it is to stay engaged and act selflessly. Why? Because the mind does not switch off just because you have left your responsibilities behind. True renunciation happens inside. You can be in the middle of your busy life and still be spiritually free if your heart is in the right place. Krishna also talks about how karma yoga, the path of selfless action, is actually more accessible for most people. When you act without clinging to the fruits, without needing things to go a certain way, you stay steady, you do your best, you offer it up, and you move on. That is the practice. And over time, it purifies the mind in a way that sitting still and trying to renounce everything simply cannot. One of the most beautiful teachings in this chapter is about emotional detachment. And let me be clear, detachment does not mean you do not care. It means you are not shaken by outcomes. You give everything sincerely, you work with full commitment, but you stay peaceful whether things go well or not. A wise person, Krishna says, is not disturbed by failure or puffed up by success. That kind of steadiness, that is real maturity. Now let us talk about ego, because this is huge. Krishna teaches that when a person has truly realized the self, they do not think I am the doer. They understand that it is nature, the gunas, that are acting through them. The ego says, I did this, I achieved this. But the wise person sees through that illusion, and the less ego there is, the more peace there is. Think about it. Most of our stress comes from protecting our image, our pride, our need to be right. Let it go and watch the peace flood in. Here is a practical gem from this chapter. Offer your actions to the divine. Krishna uses this beautiful image of a lotus leaf. It sits on water but never gets wet. That is how you should relate to your actions and their results. Do the work, be fully present, but do not let the outcomes stick to you emotionally. When you work this way, with sincerity but without the emotional baggage of attachment, stress naturally reduces. You are not carrying the weight of every outcome on your shoulders. Krishna also teaches something that sounds simple but is actually profound. See everyone equally. Whether it is a learned Brahmin, a cow, an elephant, a dog, or an outcast, the wise see the same divine spark in all of them. This does not mean you treat everyone identically in a practical sense. It means your inner attitude is one of equality, of compassion, of recognizing that the same soul is in every being. That kind of vision transforms how you move through the world. Another powerful insight: external pleasures are temporary. Krishna says that the enjoyment we get from the senses is real in the moment, but it has a beginning and an end. And chasing those temporary highs actually keeps us on a treadmill of craving. But the person who finds their joy within, in meditation, in inner stillness, in connection with the divine, that person has found something lasting. Real, lasting peace comes from within, not from what is happening around you. This chapter also addresses one of the biggest obstacles to inner freedom, anger, and desire. Krishna says that the person who is able to withstand the impulse of desire and anger before leaving the body, that person is truly a yogi, truly free. These two forces are behind so much of our suffering. But here is the good news: they can be mastered, not suppressed, but genuinely transcended through practice, awareness, and devotion. And then Krishna gives us the ultimate formula for peace. He says, "Know that I am the supreme enjoyer of all sacrifices and austerities. I am the Lord of all the worlds, and I am the true friend of all beings." When you really internalize that, when you trust that there is a divine intelligence running this whole show and that it is on your side, anxiety just melts away. Surrender is not weakness, it is the highest wisdom. Let us wrap up with the 8 simple practical lessons from Chapter 5. 1. Do your duty without attachment to results. 2. True renunciation is inner, not outer. 3. See the divine in everyone equally. 4. Real peace comes from within, not from the outside world. 5. Master your desires and anger. 6. The wise person acts without ego. 7. Offer all actions to the divine. And 8. Trust in the divine as your true friend and well-wisher. These are not just philosophical ideas, they are tools you can use every single day. Here is a beautiful summary from Chapter 5. The steadfast in yoga offer their actions to Brahman, abandoning attachment, and evil cannot touch them, just as water cannot wet a lotus leaf. That is the essence of this whole chapter. Act, but do not be bound. Serve, but do not be enslaved. Live fully, but remain free. And we close with this timeless wisdom. He who is not disturbed in mind, even amidst the threefold miseries, or elated when there is happiness, and who is free from attachment, fear, and anger, is called a sage of steady mind. May we all walk that path. Now, here is your chance to test what you have learned. Head over to the quiz questions below this video and see how much of Chapter 5 you have absorbed. And if this video gave you value, please do like it, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who could use a little Gita wisdom in their life. It really helps us reach more people who are on this journey. See you in the next one.